Hello everyone, this is the fourth video in the course 0 to 1 in web application pen testing using Burp Suite. In the last video you saw how to use Burp Target and Spider, how to set up scope and everything. In this video we are going to see Burp Proxy. Okay, so actually the first thing first, what proxy means. Uh, this is a picture taken from Wikipedia. Actually you can see if this is you or your mobile phone or your laptop, anything which has an access to internet, and this is proxy, like this is Burp Suite in this case, and this is the web application itself. Then you can see what happens is when you send a request, it will first go to Burp Suite and then Burp Suite will transfer it back to the web application or the web application server. Okay, and the response which comes from the web application, it first goes to Burp Suite and then Burp Suite transfers it back to you. Okay, in this way proxy works, and this is the most important feature, or you can say this was the thing for which Burp Suite was made. Okay, to intercept different requests and responses so that you can manipulate them, change them, okay, and do various kinds of stuffs with them. Okay, this is what a proxy means. Okay, so Burp Proxy, in this video actually we will see the things HTTP history, the intercept option or the intercept feature of the proxy which I was telling earlier, so that you can manipulate the requests and responses, and there are different other features in the options which we will see. Okay, so let's first go to Burp. This is Burp Suite. I have already started Burp Suite, and I will. This is Webcoat. You must be knowing how to start both of them from the first two videos itself. So let's go to the proxy tab first of all. This is the proxy tab. Everything which we did in the third video has the requests here. If you click on this, you will see that there is both the requests and responses. This is the HTTP history option of the proxy history actually. Okay, it is like that all the HTTP history gets accumulated here. You have seen the history of Chrome, right? Chrome, Firefox, similarly like this, all the history gets saved here. It will show us all the method. You can always filter using methods. Okay, and this is the URL, parameters, and different kinds of stuff by which you can filter the different requests. There is also an option to filter. This is the gray option. If you only show filter by request type, if you only do the show only request only in scope items, you must be knowing that in the last video the thing which we had in scope is this. So if we just filter it by scope, you see that only the requests made to this domain are getting shown here. Okay, nothing else. There are other methods to filter also. You can filter by MIME types. Okay, you can also filter by status code 200, 302, anything. Okay, that depends on you. Filter by system, but most of the times the default settings will be all okay, and all you will have to do is show only in scope items. Most of the times this will be more than enough. Okay, then there is WebSockets history. I haven't used it much, but it has a use which you can read it from the resource. I will give you the resource later. Then there is the options tab. Okay, now you have already seen this tab in the second video when we were setting up Burp Suite, and after that there is the option to intercept client requests, intercept server responses, everything. When you look at the picture here, the client, that is you, will send a request to the Burp Suite, which will send the request back to the server, web application server. The web application server in return will send the response to Burp Suite, which Burp Suite will again send it back to you. Now what you can do is you can always intercept the request, and that is the option here. There are different options with which you can also add your own. Okay, so this is the thing, like intercept request based on the following rule. You can just start intercepting using these rules, and there is also an option to intercept the server responses. Okay, so, and there is also an option to response modification, intercept WebSocket messages, match and replace. There are so many things, but actually the most important thing which you will find here is the option to intercept the client request and option to intercept the server responses. This is the only two things which you will use most of the times. Okay, which you will use most of the time, and this is the intercept option which will come in handy. Now let's see what it actually means. Okay, to intercept a request. So let's go to webcode. Okay, let's go to XSS. If you, okay, I have been logged out. Just wait. Yeah, we can do just checking here. See, I haven't clicked the sign in button now. Okay, I haven't done anything. Now, if you just turn the intercept on, okay, and use turn the sign in button, you will see when you come back to that the other page didn't get loaded. Okay, it can't go to the, because the request is getting intercepted by Burp Suite. It hasn't reached to the server. So this is the request itself. This is the post request. See, this is the username and password. Okay, so you have just intercepted a request right now. Now if you can also forward this request, if you forward this request, then just forward it again. Then see, Burp Suite starts, and it will, what will happen is, you have just seen that webcode has so many things. It will send a request for each item, and you will have to do forward, forward and forward. So I am just turning on the intercept for now, and you will see the whole thing will get loaded. You can just refresh if it isn't happening. You can just refresh. It's taking some time. See, so here it is, webcode. Since we, this is the intercept option is mostly useful when you are dealing with a particular request. You want to see what details are there in a request. Okay, the different methods, the different headers it is using. Similarly, for responses, you can do the same thing by changing the settings, and it will be the same. Okay, you will just when the application server sends you the response, it will be getting intercepted here. You will see the response and you can manipulate accordingly. Let's see example, simple example of XSS. This is the problem, I think. Yes, see, if you just change the quantity to 2, I am not performing any XSS targeting, I am just changing everything. And if I see the purchase button when the intercept is off, okay, then it will the request will be sent to the server, and the server will send back the response immediately. But what if I change the thing and I turn on the intercept? If you want to see the request, okay, specifically this request, now when I hit the purchase button, you will see that this is a get request. In the quantity, one parameter, this is 2, this is 3, which I have written here. Okay, everything. Now what you can do is you can change the things from here. Okay, you can change it to quantity 6, and if you just forward it, this value will be sent to the server, and the server will respond accordingly. Okay, not this value, but this value will be sent to the server, because that's what an interceptor means. Okay, a proxy interceptor means. Since Burp Suite is sitting between you and the web application, it can always manipulate the requests and responses. So this was proxy intercept option. Okay, you can do the forward option. You can turn on the intercept, so you don't have to do forward and forward every time. Now, if you see the HTTP history, you can see you can always filter by any type. This is the latest request. The larger the number, that is the latest request which you have made. Okay, you can always change the color if you want to save something, if you want to see back in the, if just listen, if you are using a free version, then you won't be able to see this HTTP history again when you again start Burp Suite. But since I am using a Burp Suite professional version, I am using temporary project, but I can always save the project so that I can see these responses later on also. Okay, so these are the different responses. You can see the request and response tab here. In the request you have the parameter, you can see the different parameters, the headers tab, okay, the methods, get method or post method, different cookies and everything. Okay, you will see find in that. And I have already gone through the options tab, that what generally is important, and the intercept option. Okay, so this was all for this proxy, Burp proxy. The most important thing which you will use is just the HTTP history and the intercept option. And the intercept option, as I mentioned before, is only useful when you are dealing with a small amount of request, or if you want to see a request specifically, that how it has been set up or which method it is sending, and you want to change the settings inside it, okay, the different content inside it, then you will use the intercept. And HTTP history will have the history of all the different browsing history which you have in Firefox. Okay, since I have set up it with Firefox, then all the anything which I browse here and defined in scope will come here in the HTTP history, and you can always filter them through this. Okay, so let's get back to the slide. This is the must read resources from this. This is also from Portswigger, and let me see, turn it in the if I see, this is the Burp proxy. Okay, you can read the different thing about Burp proxy and different settings from here. Okay, I have told you the most important things which you will do in Burp proxy, and I don't think you will require the other things. If you are a beginner or even in an intermediate level, you won't require the different settings. Those are some high level settings or advanced settings which you won't require. Just read it, this resource, before going on. And the conclusion, actually Burp proxy is the most important feature of Burp Suite. Okay, this was why Burp Suite was made, to change the manipulate with the requests and responses. Okay, so you have to practice and understand how it is used. The HTTP history, the intercept option, you can always play around with Webcode or DAM or Mutilidae. These are some vulnerable web applications there, and you should understand its functionality. Since now we have used Target, Spider and Proxy, so it's time that you start practicing and you see that how these three works. Okay, so this was all for this video. I hope you enjoyed this. So I will see you in the next video, where we will be seeing how Burp Repeater works. So bye bye and happy hacking.